Take it away.
Okay, so City Council, they say, we got a plan. We got a plan to help curb DWI.
Right. Allegedly.
But what we're going to do first is we're going to study things for 45 days. And then it's going to take 90 days to get something that we might be able to implement. Okay, so I did a quick Google search because they're like, we got to look at the numbers. We got to study this.
Right.
We got to see what the problem is.
Sure.
Okay, so I did a quick Google search.
You did study.
And I did. And I literally said, how many drunk driving arrests were there in El Paso in 2025?
What would that number be?
Okay, that would be over 2,000 drunk driving arrests.
Interesting.
It is an increase of 6%. And the sheriff's office said there were 436 DWI arrests in the county. That's a 55% increase. There were 19 fatal crashes, a slight decrease from 21 in 2024, and over 400 alcohol-related crashes. And by the way, in the first 2 weeks of this year, there were 1,400 citations issued by EPPD. Now, there you go, City Council. There are your numbers.
Come up with a plan.
Okay, now you can come up with a plan. You don't need 45 days or 90 days.
Yeah, this is a very, if you're not aware of this story, City Representative Ivan Nino did a little ride-along with police and found out that, in fact, drunk driving is happening and that it costs the taxpayer money. Because when you drink and drive, you have to call an ambulance, and it costs infrastructure if you run into a street light, and it costs money for the police to go out and take care of these scenes. And it turns out that drinking and driving is not just expensive for you, but for everybody else in the city. None of this is new information.
This is not new information.
This is information since the first time somebody drunk and drove in America, period.
And the thing is that we know these numbers. For heaven's sakes, they're not under lock and key.
Now, he also said that arrests alone won't solve it. So what do you all think would actually make a dent? Do you think it would be like education?
Okay, look, we have a cultural issue with drinking.
Yes.
Okay. Everybody has the garage refrigerator that's full of beer, that's got the, the wine coolers, whatever. Everybody hangs out in the garage and, drink. It's great. It's a lot of fun. I do the same thing. What we have to do is start somehow turning the ship that makes it okay for somebody to say, okay, now I'm going to drive home.
You know what's really sad is we do a lot of these stories, as we mentioned before, these DWI arrests, and a lot of times we do stories with families that have lost a loved one to a DWI crash. It seems like the only people in El Paso that kind of get it, that like understand like, hey, this hurts families, are the families who have had somebody killed.
That's it.
Right.
Those genuinely seem like the only people that really, truly get it.
Yeah. I mean, when you look at the FitFam, when they put up the DWI arrest mugshots.
It's a big joke.
Every single time, it's, oh, I can save her. Or, ooh, that guy's good looking.
Yes.
Or, man, that guy looks like he had way too many.
It does not have the effect.
It does not.
That like the public shame is not
Uh-huh.
really a real thing.
No.
Okay, so what is the answer then? More checkpoints, harsher penalties, rideshare programs,
And that
all of the above?
I think therein lies the issue, is that I don't think City Council has the answer to that.
No.
So we see something like this where you kick the can down the road and you say like, oh, we have to study and we have to develop a plan.
Right.
You know, it is the what did the president say in the debate? We have the makings
we have
of
the essence.
we have
of
we
a
have a
plan.
concept
the
of a plan.
concept of a plan, right.
The concepts of a plan is exactly what the El Paso City Council has been working on for this for I don't know how long.
Right. I mean,
You
come
two
on,
are
guys.
better judged at saying that than I am.
And here's the thing. Like I said the other day, for years, for decades, people smoked everywhere. And then the federal government made a concentrated, concerted effort to start at little kid level to start telling people, oh, this is bad. You shouldn't be smoking in your car. Shouldn't be smoking in airlines. Shouldn't be smoking in restaurants. And it took about 20 years, about the space of a generation, to get to where we are now. And El Paso actually was one of the first in the nation that put anti-smoking ordinances into place, and people were hacked off.
I think we're also fighting an uphill battle just because the city right down the road, I mean, literally right next door, also is very lax on drinking and driving.
Yeah,
The
and
entire
it is-
Mexican government is very lax on drinking and driving.
And it
that
is
doesn't
a
make
cultural thing.
And that doesn't make it right.
And you know what?
But-
And it doesn't make it bad. It doesn't make us bad people because
No.
we like to drink.
No.
Right,
Here's what
exactly.
makes us bad
Yeah.
people, that we think it's okay to drink and drive.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the driving afterwards.
That's it. That's it. And so how many times do we have to say it is wildly expensive to
Yeah.
get a DUI? Wildly expensive.
I
and
just-
there are so many rideshare options. And I mean, how many times do we have to tell people that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a wildly unserious conversation
is.
when it comes to
Yeah.
telling the public.
It is.
They
And I'm
think it's
sorry.
a-
But you were right. City Council, all they're doing is kicking the can down the road.
And also, it doesn't seem like there's really one answer. There really
No.
isn't.
that's-
It's going to be a little of everything. It's going to be rideshare incentives. It's going to be checkpoints. It's going to be education.
And that's exactly I think where City Council runs into an issue, because they can't just create a law.
No.
Right.
They can't just do a blanket whatever and solve the issue, right? Like this is a multi-pronged approach.
Yeah.
Like there has to be, like you said, like 10 different things
Yeah.
that
And
have
there's
to happen
gonna
at the same
Yeah.
time.
Although
There's
I
gonna have
think
to
harsher
be-
penalties is where we start.
Yes, and there's going to have
That's
to be
how we start.
ordinances and harsher penalties for everybody involved.
Yes.
For liquor stores, for bars, for the families who let people get behind the wheel.
Right, right.
And it's hard to like trace that back.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of when we can.
Right.
Then we need to be punishing